today's learning session, I will tell about how you can create your own web application using Ant Media Server's Flutter WebRTC SDK. Okay, before I start the tutorial, I want to show you our pub.dev page. Okay, if you are not familiar with Flutter and pub.development page, it is very similar to npm or maven repositories. It is a official repository for keeping Flutter libraries and keep it accessible to other person. As you see in our pub.dev page, we support Android, iOS, Linux, macOS, web and Windows platforms. You will write it once and you can be able to build and run in all these platforms with the same code. It's really easy. Yeah. And if you log in your pub.dev account and like our Ant Media Server Flutter SDK, it will be really great. Let's get started. The first step is, if you don't have, you have to install Flutter SDK and Android Studio in your machine. Let me quickly show it to you. If you open this page, for Windows, Mac, and Linux machines, they have separate instructions, so you can easily install them. Okay, and for Flutter one, you will see different platforms like this. For example, I am using macOS right now, and for web, it just gives the instruction to how I can install Flutter SDK. I already installed them, so I just skip that part. Okay, the next step is you should open Android Studio. Even we say Android Studio, it doesn't matter because of Flutter is cross-platform. You can run your web application, desktop application, or iOS application in Android Studio. Let's open this one. The first thing you need to do is you should open plugin section. You should search for Flutter, and if it's not installed, click install button and then click restart IDE button. Then it will install and it will look like this. Okay, and the next step is open project section. Click on create new Flutter project. Okay, because of that I open it before. It directly open Flutter section, but if you make a fresh install, you will see this page. Instead of this one, you should create Flutter and you should click on next section. And this is how project initialization looks like this. In this tutorial, I will use WebRTC sample web app project name. Okay, and for this learning session, I am aimed to show you the web part. So I disable these parts and I will just focus on the web. And let's click create button. Okay, and now we had a new Flutter web project. On the left side, you will see pubstack.yaml file. This is used for managing dependencies. Okay, and for web page, we don't have to modify anything for now. And in the library folder, we had a main.dart. This is our main page to start our application. Okay, let's continue with the next instruction. The next thing is we need to add Ant Media Server as a dependency.
Oğlum toplantıyı yapmayın.
For today, the latest version is 1.0.8, but you can check the pub.dev website to find the latest version. Okay. and I am just opening pubstack.yaml file, and I had dependencies here. And I am just adding Ant Media Flutter SDK as dependency. And the next step is clicking a pub-get button. It will just fetch my new dependencies and install them. Now we are in the third step. Okay, let's first copy this section and I will explain what does it mean. I am just copying this code section and I will just replace it with main.dart. As I said, main.dart is my initial point of the application. So there is a main function and it says run application and this class. And WebRTC test app is just a material app and it refers to a WebRTC test home application. The first thing you need to check is you should add a remote renderer. Okay, in this tutorial we only make a simple publish and play scenario, so one remote renderer is enough. But if you want to make a for example one-to-one video chat application, then you should add second renderer, like for example local renderer and remote renderer. You can use it like this. As I said, we add a remote renderer and let's see how we use it. In the bottom, we had a scaffold widget and it contains RTC video view with a parameter of remote renderer, which means that when we open the web page, we just see one video view and which has a remote renderer. So there is no button, no other thing, just a simple video viewer. And in our init state, so which is like constructor for language like Java or other, we just request permissions. For publish scenario, we request for video access, video camera access, and microphone access. After we approve them, it just initialize renderers, and it automatically connect to the Ant Media server. For this tutorial, as soon as we approve the permissions, the web application starts automatically. But in your application, you don't have to put it in init state. You can put it inside of a button, and when you click the button, it start connecting or start publishing or playing scenario. This is also possible. And in connect function, we had our Ant Media server's WebSocket URL here. And the second one is Steam ID. Okay. And for the first tutorial, we use publish sample. And whenever we get stream, it just set it to remote renderer. So it automatically open the video. Yeah, this is it. These are the mandatory things in Ant Media Server Flutter. And we are ready to run the sample. On the right side, it says no device selected. Let's select a Chrome web platform and let's click run button. As I said, first it asks permission of using my camera. I allow. As a second step, it will ask for microphone access like this. And when I allow it, it just start publishing. And as I said, as soon as Ant Media server gets the stream, the first one is local stream and the second one is remote stream, by the way. In our scenario, we don't have local renderer, so I set both of them to the same source, and it automatically view in RTC video view. Let's open our server in this test, which is test.antmedia.io, and let's see our video here. And my application is WebRTC EE. When I click, I see, yeah, this is this the one? Oh, I guess we had a problem. Let me check the console logs. It's ping pong. Okay, it start. I will explain what is the problem in the old scenario. Okay, and we see that stream 1 is here. When I click play, I see my video here. And if I want to play it in Ant Media server's default player like this, all I need to do is stream ID equals stream 1.
Just ID, Mustafa, not stream ID.
Sorry, my bad. And as you see, I can play it through Ant Media server's default player page. Okay, let me explain what is the problem and why it's not working until I until I refresh the page. Okay, the problem in here is, as you see in init states, we request permissions, but we didn't wait their answer. We directly try to connect it. Because of that, I wanna make this tutorial as simple as possible. I didn't add logic like wait this function or after you approve permission, click this function to publish, etc. So it just starts. That's why in the first try, it didn't start, and when I refresh the page, it worked. So yeah, in your application, if you implement this logic, you won't face any problem. Let's stop for now. This is how you can simply publish using Flutter Web SDK. Also, as a step 4, I want to show you how you can play WebRTC live streams using Flutter Web easily. For this purpose, let me start publishing with sample page, and this is my stream ID. I start publishing, and in the code base, the first thing is I need to update stream ID, and the second one is I just switch into play mode, and I just run it. Sorry about the noise. By the way, for play purpose, we can disable this requesting permissions part, because for play, you don't need to use it. But yeah, it plays automatically like this. Let me stop, and let me stop publishing here.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So on the SDK side, we are setting various callbacks for streams. For example, if you go on the SDK side, there are callbacks for remote stream and local stream. So can we optimize that with a single callback mechanism like we do in the JavaScript side, where there is a single callback and there are different messages, and we can compare the message. And yeah,
Yes, it is possible. We can also implement a mechanism like this one. Please create an issue for that and we will implement it.
okay, got it.
I have a question, Mustafa.
Okay.
If I want to use this Flutter project for the Android, is there any changes that I need to do?
Let me tell you the difference. Okay, there is a special case for Android. Let me share my screen and let me show you the code snippet. It will much more easier. I am just opening Ant Media Server's sample page. Okay, and let me find the Flutter one. In our Flutter SDK repository, we had some sample, like for example, if I open sample project, the first thing is you should open Android folder, then app, then src main, and Android's manifest.xml file. This is the path. Okay, this will be the path. And inside this Android manifests XML, you should put these permissions into manifest file. So using these permissions, as you see, you can be able to capture camera, capture audio or record audio, and Bluetooth is just for audio thing. You don't have to worry about that one. That the first thing is you need to add these permissions, and the second one is to be able to use WebRTC in Android. You have to open the application in as background process. Let me show you how you can do this one also. Yeah, like this. If platform is Android, start foreground service. If you didn't add this line, sometimes you will face with WebSocket disconnection or some other issues. So for Android, you have to add this line. But the rest is same. There is no other difference.
Thank you.
Is there any other question?
No.
Okay, thank you very much for participating learning session this week.
Thank you, Mustafa, for calling these great 30 to us.